19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Thursday, October 20th, 2016. It's a little dark out there right now. 64 degrees here at the studios of The Source. WOCA broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get a sandwich. A sandwich.
Yeah.
Good morning, Robin. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Larry?
Pretty good. Partly cloudy skies today. Right now it looks overcast.
Okay.
Partly cloudy. No mention of rain in today's forecast. Highs around 86 degrees. Lows tonight around 62. Tomorrow, 10% chance of rain, clear skies. Highs around 86. Lows around 56. And then look at this for the weekend. Highs both Saturday and Sunday in the mid to upper 70s. That's the highs.
Okay.
And lows Saturday night, 49 degrees.
Wow.
You could say 50.
Sure.
It sounds colder to say 49.
It does. Ladies love those boots, so any excuse to wear those boots.
You know, you don't need an excuse. You just need the month. Once it becomes October, the boots come out.
That's exactly.
Right? In fact, I think I saw them in September.
Yeah. Wearing shorts and boots. Good going, girls.
It's okay with me. It's fine with me. So, again, good morning, Robin. We got a good show this morning, 7:35 till 8 o'clock. There's a few things in the news you might want to offer an opinion on. Maybe the debates. I wanted to bring up something Donald Trump's son said, Donald Trump Jr., I think is probably dead on.
Okay.
So I'll bring that up. Plus, I want to bring up other things you'll be voting on November 8th, and other people you'll be voting on.
Yeah, there is more than two people that are running. Let me tell you.
So we'll talk about that, and there's a few things in the news as well. That also comment worthy, I guess is what you would say. 8:35 is when we read the news and do not offer any opinions. 9:05 today, Veterans News is a full hour, and that's because Hank Whittier has invited Dr. Mark Knapp. He is the doctor over at the VA clinic here in Ocala, and he comes in once a month to bring us some special information about health opportunities and health offerings for veterans in our community. So be sure to tune into that. And remember, your phone calls are always welcome on that and most of the segments we do here on WOCA. Next Generation MD is another live show in the studio. Well, they're all almost live. Once in a while, there's a pre-recorded one.
Yeah.
But it's another in-the-studio guest. 10:05, Dr. Juan Jordan, Charles Brooks, and or Mark Shaw. I'm not sure who's coming in, but they're all from the what do they call their place again?
It's just Dr. Juan Jordan's office.
Okay, and I know
they don't have a name.
I know they talk about a procedure they do with platelets, right?
Platelet-rich plasma.
Platelet-rich plasma, yes, and it's it sounds, the way they describe it, it sounds like stem cell therapy, and I know I've asked it of them, but it goes in one ear and doesn't quite settle in my brain until I've heard it for about 6 months. Anyway, geriatric care, orthopedic care, diabetes, they'll be answering questions about health in general and how they handle it in a different way, actually, down there. Platelet-rich plasma, thank you. Maya Warren at 10:35. Maya Warren is a contestant for the CBS television show The Amazing Race, and the lead food scientist and taste master for Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah, it's cool. I love that.
Maya has a great job.
I know.
Right?
Yep.
She's going to talk about fall spices and flavors that are incorporated into the seasonal holiday meals.
Yeah. You don't ever have them, unless it's the fall meals.
We had pretzels the other day with that pumpkin spice.
Yeah, wasn't that delicious?
That was pretty good.
Yum.
Lisa Stoner, also in the studio this morning. Lisa is the Vice President of Forest Animal Rescue. Wow, only 10 minutes, huh?
Yep.
She's coming to talk to us about what they do to help rescue, I think in this case it's bears, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I wish it was.
She's got over 110 animals.
Oh, really? I wish it was longer.
Yeah, me too.
10 minutes. All right. Dr. Jeff Nasman at 11:05. Dr. Nasman is the doctor of physical therapy for Strive in the studio. Wow, a lot in the studio this morning. I like that. I like it when they're in the studio.
I know.
Dr. Nasman is the guest of Lauren Debick, I presume.
Yep, and Leah, because she's from Strive. He's from Strive.
So they will be coming in, or he will be coming in to talk to us, well, they all will, about the therapy programs that they offer over at Strive. And Fun with Joe today. Have you ever heard of Q&A? Yes, it means questions and answers.
Yes.
Well, today I have Q sans A.
Okay.
Q without the A.
Okay.
Every single answer begins with the letter Q.
Nice.
No A's, just all Q's.
Cool.
There are some A's in the words, but none of the words start with A.
Okay, excellent.
And then when Galen, you know this on the phone. Gosh, I have a few things for Galen. First of all, I had this feel-good story of the morning.
Oh, okay.
And it's about a 14-year-old super fan named Jarius Robertson. He was on Good Morning America, and he needs a liver.
Okay.
And I'll tell you only that much because I want to tell you everything when Galen's on the phone. But anyway, just a heartwarming story and touching story, and just a talented young man.
And how old is he, did you
14.
say? 14.
14. Super fan, yeah. And I think the team he's a fan of is the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry, the Saints. The New Orleans
okay.
Saints. New Orleans Saints. And then there's also this the Major League Baseball stuff that's in the news. I want Galen to kind of help me out with that.
Okay.
Because you know me with sports. But the big topic I have for Galen is honest confessions from haunted house workers.
Oh, cool.
Honest confessions from haunted house workers. We are getting close to that time of year where we talk about haunted houses, etc.
Yep.
The JC's, by the way, putting on the Haunted Swamp this year over in the parking lot of Wild Waters.
Yep.
And so it sounds like a fun way to have fun and raise some money for the great things that they do over there.
Yeah. They always do a great job.
All right. Well, so I wanted to. Everybody can do this. You can print up your own sample ballot for November 8th, and so I wanted to. Well, I'll bring that up after the bottom of the hour. But just let's go over that real quickly.
Okay.
We won't spend a whole lot of time on that one.
Okay.
The president will be in Florida today, down in the South Florida area.
Oh, what is he doing?
Golf. I can read your voice.
I was just wondering what he's doing down here.
He's enrolling 13.8 million people into the final sign-up of his presidency for the Affordable Care Act. By the way, if you want to sign up, open enrollment begins November 1st.
Oh,
and it ends January 31st. So if you're not signed up and you want to be signed up, there you go.
Yeah, but you can't do it. It's not November 1st yet. Right?
Right?
So why is he here?
To tell you.
Oh, to tell us to sign up.
To say, hey,
1st. Okay.
It's coming up.
Oh, okay.
It's 10 days, 11 days away.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I was just curious.
All right. Here's a good story.
Yes. It's foggy out there.
Do you brush your teeth every morning?
Yes, I do.
There's a new type of toothpaste that may reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke.
Wow.
What? You say what?
Yeah, I didn't realize toothpaste could cause heart attack.
Do you know there was a guy in the news who actually died from gum disease? Remember we had that guy in the news? A long time ago.
Yep. I know you're not supposed to swallow it because then you have to call poison control or 911 if you do that.
Oh, swallow.
Toothpaste.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Right.
Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death around the world. More than 17.3 million people die every year from some sort of cardiovascular issue. They're expected to go up because we're not improving our eating habits. And so research has suggested a link between oral health and inflammatory diseases affecting the entire body. This is not an ad for toothpaste, by the way. Inflammation throughout the body is measured by high-sensitivity C reactivity proteins. Ask a doctor. I don't know what that means. But the researchers at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, this is a homegrown discovery, sort of, kind of.
Okay.
Just claim it because it's in Florida. They did a randomized trial of some plaque-identifying toothpaste showing significant reductions in dental plaque and inflammation throughout the entire body.
Wow.
61 people who were part of the trial thing, between the ages of 19 and 44, used either the new plaque-reducing toothpaste or an identical non-plaque identifying placebo toothpaste. I don't have any brand names to tell you about. I'm just telling you what the scientists used. To test the dental plaque, they all used a fluorescein mouth rinse and an intraoral photography taken under a black light.
How cool is this?
Wow.
Wow, this is awesome strides. I love all this
And they
technology.
also used an enzyme to check the immunosorbent assay. Again, I don't even know what I just said there.
No, but it means they're on top of things. I love that.
Anyway, plaque was reduced by 49% as compared to 24 when using the placebo, and inflammatory proteins were reduced by 29% with plaque HD, is what they're calling it, plaque HD. Anyway, long story short, this is in the American Journal of Medicine if you want to read it for yourself.
This is interesting stuff.
And it sounds like, you know what, ask your dentist. Ask your dentist. I don't have any brand names to tell you about, and it's not an infomercial. I'm just reading a news piece that I thought was really interesting that I thought we could cover before we get to the debatable stuff.
Okay.
Of course, if you're a dentist or a doctor, you might be debating this. So. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. Toothpaste, this new type of whatever, plaque-reducing toothpaste could actually reduce inflammation throughout the body and therefore heart disease.
Wow.
And stroke.
That is fascinating.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. Last night's third and final presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump covered the Supreme Court, immigration, national security, and other subjects, but one portion is being hotly debated this morning.
One moment that drew murmurs throughout the debate hall was Donald Trump's refusal to accept the results of the November election.
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time. What I've seen is so bad.
Trump has been telling supporters for the past few weeks that the election is rigged for Hillary Clinton. Clinton called Trump's answer horrifying.
Fox's John Decker at the debate hall in Las Vegas. A man convicted of killing an Atlanta police officer and wounding another in 1997 executed in Georgia last night. Prosecutors say Gregory Lawler shot the officers as they were bringing the man's intoxicated girlfriend home. Fox News, we report, you decide.
First opened about 10 years ago. We were small, just a few of us, but it was exciting. I always dreamt of having my own business. It was kind of slow at first, but things started picking up. We had big plans, but in our wildest dreams, we never thought we'd have this much work. Yeah, with so many businesses caught off guard by the storm, Reed Waste Management has never been busier.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair. Ocala presents the 50th annual Ocala Arts Festival, and this year's event hosts 170 artists from around the country. Fine Arts for Ocala has brought art to our community with the Ocala Arts Festival for 50 years, and this year is sure to please. The festival includes free admission, free parking, free children's art projects, and free live entertainment. But it's only one weekend, so make plans now to attend the Fine Arts for Ocala's 50th anniversary, October 22nd and 23rd. For more info, visit fafo.org.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The secret to longevity, it may just come down to these two words: eat less. Realtor Magazine says this is a hot trend. Urinals are going from train stations, ballparks, and public restrooms right into the home. So what makes people stay madly in love? The study found that couples who use good communication skills are more likely to remain deeply in love because They know they're both on the same page.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
You have that drip coming down from the corner of the room, but where did it start from?
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
25 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's an okay-looking Thursday morning, 64 degrees, and it's going to be a nice day. This weekend's going to be kind of cool, especially at night, but nothing to really fret about. Just a hint that the cooler days are upon us now. Mm-hmm. By the way, speaking of cooler days, there is some snow expected in upstate New York, and it looks like the lower part of Vermont, the southern Vermont area.
Nice.
A mixture of snow and rain in most of Vermont and part of New Hampshire, and some parts of lower upstate New York or more southern upstate New York. Mm-hmm. So they were the first snow, I guess. I thought the first snow was the other day in Wisconsin. Didn't they say that in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I thought so. You had that in your news last week.
But I do have some news about snow here in Ocala.
Okay.
According to meteorologists, we'll get snow on, is it November 3rd? November 3rd?
1, 2, 3, 4. November 4th.
November 4th.
Yeah, that Friday.
Right here at the Paddock Mall.
Yep.
I don't know how they're doing it, but I heard there would be snow. Mm-hmm. And I heard there will be a horse-drawn carriage coming through the doors here at the outside the studios. This will be about 5 to 6 p.m.
Yep, outside the WOCA commissary.
Yes.
And the studios.
And I understand that Santa Claus will be riding in that one-horse open sleigh.
Yeah, that's going to be so fun.
I have heard this rumor, and so just want to let you all know that if you want the kids to see something kind of cool, if you do the Santa Claus thing, I know everybody doesn't do it, but if you do, Santa Claus
Christmas
coming in on a horse-drawn carriage on, what was it, November 4th?
4th, yep.
November 4th, sometime about 5 o'clock. Just be here at 5.
The festivities start at 5. Santa is supposed to arrive at 6.
That's okay. Then you know the details. But they did say artificial snow.
Yep.
Just take away. Don't tell the kids artificial. But is it artificially created or is it plastic?
I have no clue. You have to ask Rhonda. I have no
We'll
clue.
find out together.
She's working on it.
Will it be falling or will it just be down there on the ground?
I have no clue. I don't know.
Maybe that's what they'll do. They'll put the snow machines up on the roof. That's probably what they'll do.
That'd be cool.
Just blow snow.
Might scare the horse though. All of a sudden he's walking in, it's like, there's this big blizzard in his face. It's like, yep, we're not having a window anymore. He's coming in.
Horse kicks the window.
He's coming in.
Just thought I'd tell you that. All right. All right. Let me read you what Donald Trump's son said. Donald Trump Jr. said, this is after the debate, moving into the White House would be a step down for his father.
Oh.
Donald Trump Jr. told that to a Fox News reporter after the third presidential debate last night.
Oh.
Trump Jr. made the remark while explaining why he thought his father won the debate. He said he hasn't spent his whole life to be up on a debate stage like a career politician. He has spent his life creating jobs, building things, doing things that would benefit American workers in this country. He's done that for his whole career. So, you know what? He's learning. He's learning as he goes. If he was doing this his whole life, he would be the greatest politician in the history of the world. Unlike Hillary Clinton, who's gotten very rich being a politician, peddling American influence, he hasn't. This is only a step down, but he wants to make sure that all Americans, all ethnicities and backgrounds have the same opportunity to do what he's been able to do, to start a great family, to start a great business. That's the quote.
He should have said this would be a lateral move and then go on telling them all the good things that Donald Trump did like he did instead of saying
So that's the only point you don't like on that, huh?
No. He should say this is a lateral move and wow.
Maybe he meant the accommodations. Maybe he meant the house itself would be a step down.
Yeah, but people are going to take that out of context. They're not going to go the whole route what he said. They're just going to say, you know.
Well, hey, that thing about the bad hombres, whatever Trump said, I listened to the whole thing and I said, oh my gosh, that's what you're picking on?
Yeah.
I mean, he made a pretty good statement regarding, hey, if we have the word illegal associated to the word immigrant, then why don't we just recognize that it's illegal and start enforcing it?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I'm not.
does.
I'm not against. I know some of you hate this part of what I say. I'm not against amnesty for people who seem to be qualified for it, but I am for saying, okay, you know what? Let's start enforcing things like just starting today. Let's just start enforcing it today. We'll work out the rest with them. I don't want to kick anybody out, and I don't know what he said. He's kind of flip flopping on that issue, but all right. There are more people in this race than Trump and Hillary. If you are voting in Marion County, you will have on your ballot Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Gary Johnson, Darrell Castle, Jill Stein, and Rocky De La Fuente.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just telling you who's on the list there for the president and vice president. Well, I didn't tell you the vice president, but those are the choices for president.
So they all qualified then. They all paid their money and
well, whatever they
qualified to
did,
run.
they're all there. I don't even think I heard of Rocky De La Fuente.
No, I haven't either.
But he's on there. If you are voting in Marion County, you will have choices for the U.S. Senate, and they will be Marco Rubio, Patrick Murphy, Paul Stanton, Tony Curry, Bruce Nathan, Stephen Matchett, and Basil E. Dalak. If you are voting for Congress, Ted Yoho, Ken McGurn, I think, and Tom Wells. Those are your three choices. If you're voting for a state senator, this is District 8, so that would be me. I don't know if everyone... Keith Perry and Rod Smith are the two on my ballot. Clerk of the Circuit Court and Comptroller David Ellsperman and Cynthia Moody are facing off with each other. The Sheriff of Marion County will be one of these two men, Billy Woods or Dennis McFadden. They're both the only two candidates right now running for sheriff.
Yep.
On November 8th. County Commission District 1, which I guess is my district, David Moore and John Townsend IV are facing off with one another. County Commission District 3, Jeff Gold is facing a write-in candidate.
Oh.
County Commission District 5, Michelle Stone is facing a write-in candidate. For the Soil and Water Conservation District seat number 2, Thomas Cartwright and Richard Markle are facing each other. For Soil and Water Conservation District 4, Richard McGinley and Douglas Shearer are facing off. And then they will ask you if you want to keep Justice Charles T. Kennedy at the Supreme Court. They will ask you if you want to keep Jorge Labarga of the Supreme Court in office. They will ask you if you want to keep Justice Ricky L. Polston on the Supreme Court. These are the Florida Supreme Court. They will ask you if you want Judge Jay Cohen of the 5th District Court of Appeal to be retained. They will ask you if you want Judge James A. Edwards of the 5th District Court to be retained, Court of Appeals to be retained. They will ask you if you want Judge Brian Lambert of the 5th District Court of Appeal to be retained, and they will ask you if you want Vincent G. Torpy Jr. in the 5th District Court of Appeal to be retained. Then there is the issue, was this yesterday we talked about the solar amendment?
Yes.
Solar amendment, constitutional amendment number 1 for the state of Florida is the solar amendment. Read it carefully. We went over this yesterday. I expressed my opinion that I will not vote yes on that. I'll vote no on that one. You don't have to do what I do. I'm just telling you, you have to read up on it. And I would recommend you do not just read what it says on the ballot.
Yeah.
Really figure this one out for yourself. Constitutional Amendment number 2 is the use of marijuana for debilitating medical conditions. And Constitutional Amendment number 3 is the tax exemption for totally and permanently disabled first responders. And Constitutional Amendment number 5 is the homestead tax exemption for certain senior, low-income, long-term residents, and a determination of just value. So we will, that's probably the one we should cover one day.
Yeah, we should do that.
This proposes an amendment to the state constitution to revise the homestead tax exemption that may be granted by counties or municipalities for property with just value less than $250,000 owned by certain senior, low-income, long-term long-term residents to specify that just value is determined in the first tax year the owner applies and is eligible for the exemption.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effect if it's passed on January 1st.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Okay, that's it.
I like
All right.
that.
The phone line's open. If you were trying to call, I wasn't looking at the screen, but I am now. So go ahead and call in if you want to call in.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do I have here? Tesla in the news. Tesla says all their vehicles in production now have full self-driving capability.
Gosh.
All of them.
Wow.
Let me take the call first before we do the break. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. Mike McCoy.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I like a lot of other people. I certainly watched all of the debate last night, and I think it was pretty obvious of who, according to CNN, who won the debate. But the way that it was obvious also who was the politician on the stage and who was not a politician. I think Hillary Clinton basically danced around the questions very well. She did a good job of dancing around the questions and dodging questions that were put toward her, just like a great politician would do. I think she was a great politician, but we got to remember the reason that Trump is where he is because he's not a politician. That's what we're trying to get away from in Washington. But we've got a big we got a big decision ahead of us in this country, and I tell you something. No matter which way it goes, we've got a long road to hoe. So, I just hope that things. You keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And this is the nastiest in my life. I'm 62 years old, and I can't remember a time when I was so I don't know, caught up in the election as just a slur campaign on both sides. Instead of neither one of the politicians really are spending time addressing the issues.
Right.
They're just spending too much time slurring each other.
Yes.
And on both sides, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Mike. The one thing, though, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched a little bit of it. But the part where Donald Trump is talking about the illegal immigration problem, he made a lot of sense to me. And to demonstrate how the media really does spin things against him, whether you like him or not, you can't deny this. When they pick out the words "bad hombre" and that becomes what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
You're picking on him because he chose the words "bad hombre" and "bad and hombre."
Yeah.
That's what you're picking on. You're not listening to what he said. What he said was, "Look, we have laws about how you come to this country and what you have to do in order to be here legally. We have been ignoring those laws. We have not been enforcing those laws. We should start enforcing them." I know he flip-flops on what to do about the people who are here already, and I think he and I disagree on some of those things. I know some of you and I disagree. I know you, Robin, disagree with me on some of those things.
It's a dilemma, that part of it.
But I don't think any of us disagree with this. And this is what he said. From this point, from one day, we just have to make a decision. From today forward, we are going to enforce the immigration laws, period.
Right, exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Period. Whoever's here already, okay, we'll figure something out for you. But from this point forward, and we should have done this years ago.
Of course.
We should have done this years ago. So, all right, let's take a little break, and we will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. The high rip current risk continues through the evening hours. A mix of sun and clouds today. There can be a shower in spots along the coast. Thursday's high between 83 and 87. Clear to partly cloudy Thursday night, low 62 to 66. For Friday, partly sunny and warm, high 84 to 88. Saturday will be cooler and less humid despite sunshine, high 75 to 79. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you are hearing this message and wish to lose 50 pounds permanently, then write this phone number down. 352-633-0473. Dr. Juan Jordan's office in Lady Lake is offering the first 15 callers a free metabolism and body fat analysis with a comprehensive, in-depth fat-burning consultation. You have nothing to lose. Please call 352-633-0473.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson with Verizon. Do you have teenage drivers or elderly parents that drive? I have what you need. It's the new Hum device by Verizon. Plugs directly into your car and sends alerts to your cell phone on the location, speed, and driving habits. And you set boundary alerts. You can call and speak live with an ASC certified mechanic. And if you have an accident and can't respond, Hum will automatically send for help. All this and more for just $10 a month. And if you're in Marion County, I'll even deliver and set it up for free. Call me 352-528-0020.
Howdy, folks. For over 4 decades, we at Dairy Queen have been proud to serve our customers with the finest and freshest cook-to-order, quick-service comfort foods in the world. For instance, our new Philly steak and cheese sandwiches with grilled peppers and onions on an artisan focaccia bread bun. So steaming hot and yummy you won't believe it. We also added seasoned potato skins filled with queso cheese and bacon. Wow, they're tasty. So come on down to Dairy Queen at Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their nonstop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 70 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
All right, 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. And we are talking about the news. The phone lines are open. You can call in on any topic at all. You do not need to call in only on the topics that I bring to the show or that Rob brings to the show. If there's something you want to mention, this is the best time to do it. The only time I really wasn't paying attention to the phone earlier was when I was looking at the sample ballot. And hopefully that kind of underscored the importance of the rest of the ballot and not just the presidential part.
No. You know, we need that. We need to know everything about it.
Do you know, a couple weeks ago, I was in New York with my son, and we were having breakfast in the hotel, which is cool. I loved it. It was so fun. Anyway, so we were sitting next to these two ladies from London, and so they were asking me what we thought of the whole Brexit thing. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I know that England wanted to be removed from or voted to be removed. When I said it this way, by the way, she said, no, we did not want to be removed from the Union. I said, okay, but you voted to be removed.
That's right. They voted.
Anyway, so I said, quite honestly, I don't really get it. She says, well, just imagine Texas leaving the United States. I said, okay, well, if that's what it feels like to you. So British Prime Minister Theresa May will attend her first European Union Leaders Summit today, but the focus will not center on Britain's decision to leave the European Union. Instead, the two-day summit in Brussels will focus on the region's security concerns, illegal immigration, and disaffected citizens across the continent. Mm-hmm. 3 issues that British voters cited as reasons for backing Brexit, or the exit from the the European Union. Mm-hmm. A British exit from the EU in June in that referendum. You remember that story. Other topics during the summit include the trade deal between the European Union and Canada and Russia's ongoing involvement in Syria. All right. Yeah. Good morning. Thank you for waiting. You're on the air now.
Good morning. It's Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Hi. To turn back to the subject of gum disease and heart attacks and so on, I have always wondered why in the world, for that reason, why in the world dental insurance and medical insurance are 2 different things.
Oh, that's a good point. That's really good, yeah.
Really? And, I mean, all of your health is affected by your teeth not being in good shape. Mm-hmm. And so, anyway, I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but I know that's my question,
But the question is so good that it might get people talking. Yeah, they should be connected. You're absolutely right, Beth.
Yeah, we've always felt that way.
Yeah, really.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, that's a good question.
I very rarely hear you're right, Beth, but that was good.
That's funny. All right, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think the question deserves an answer,
does.
and it deserves
It
a
does.
conversation by those people who maybe can make those changes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Wow, good job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
All right, have a good one.
Started a movement right there.
There you go.
Started a movement. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Mike McCoy again.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that I think you did a great job yesterday explaining and kind of clarifying on the ballot. You know, they do put a lot of stuff on these ballots that look like, I mean, you need a Philadelphia lawyer to and you got to remember, a lot of these people that are voting, a lot of them can't even read. Okay, so but I'm not saying everybody, okay, but I'm just saying, you know, and I know a lot of people can't even read, and they can still go out and vote. Scary thought there, but the way that you clarified the issue on the solar power, I was actually, you know, I would have probably been one of those people that didn't read the whole thing properly, and I want to suggest, if you could, for the next few days, all of these things, if you could cover one of these each day, the way you did that yesterday, I think you'd be doing a great service to all of us.
All right, I will take that as a great consideration.
And one other point.
Yeah.
One other point. You know, if we didn't have radicals in this country, radical thinkers, you know, we'd still be living under the tyranny of the British government.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
You know, we got to have some radical changes. So that's what I'm saying.
That's absolutely
if we
true.
didn't have that, we'd still be living under the tyranny of the British government.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thanks again.
Do you know, by the way, you know Wall Street in New York? This is something I never knew as a kid, but I learned it when I was up there. Do you know Wall Street is named Wall Street because there was a wall?
Oh, I didn't know.
Do you know what
that.
the wall was built for?
I have no clue.
It was to keep the British out.
Really?
Yeah, we had this little city. We didn't want them coming in, so they built this big wall.
Right
'Cause
on Wall Street.
Well, New York was a very, very small little piece of what it is now. But
Wow.
Yeah, it built a big wall.
Interesting.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Yes, Marion County is a large county in area, and we have more than one congressional district.
Yes.
And I'm in Congressional District 11, where we have the choice between Daniel Webster, Dave Kohler, and Bruce Ray Riggs, which is different than on your ballot because you're in the other district.
Yeah, I thought I made that clear.
You did. You clarified that. You said it was just for your district.
Yeah. I was just trying to point out that you can get your ballot in advance by going to votemarion.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Thank you, Jim.
All right. Have a good day, all. And if you don't vote, don't complain.
There you go. Good job. All right, and just to reiterate what Jim kind of pointed out again is that, and what Mike was saying too, when you go into the voting booth, you might not have the time to really think these things through. Our supervisor of elections does such a great job at preparing us. So go to votemarion.com. You type in your information. It'll give you, and all the only information they want from you is your last name, your birth date, and the number on your house. They don't even need the whole address, and they'll find your stuff, and then you can get your sample ballot, and then you can read all those amendment ideas for yourself, and you can look at who you will be voting for and make decisions. How many times have you gone into the voting booth and said, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know these two people"?
Yeah.
Well, this is a way for you to look and figure it out, because there's so much attention paid to the presidential candidates.
And the people have to have to do research on their own. You just can't depend on other people to tell you what to do.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning, Larry, and good morning.
Hiya, Ray.
Good morning.
To me, this country is headed for the pit of hell. They've turned their back on our God, our King, Jesus Christ, His laws, His statutes, ordinance, abortion, and we have promoting the queer agenda and no prayer in school. The list goes on and on and on. This country is headed right for the pit of hell until this people repent and turn back to the laws of our King, our Savior, Jesus Christ. This used to be a Christian nation. And it's just pitiful. Listen to me, the whole system, every politician needs to be removed. We need just some working people, somebody that knows the Lord and knows what right from wrong. Our country's promoting evil instead of good. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ray. I've known Ray long enough to, I kind of would have guessed what he was going to say. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. You there? There's something going on with your phone. All I hear is the echo. I don't hear your actual voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay. Anyways, last night after the debate, I was watching in the media, all they were talking about was Trump saying that he'll think about whether he'll accept the results or not.
Right.
And then the bad hombre. I think that was kind of brilliant because this morning I look in the paper and what Trump calls before the fold, where you see above the fold, you get in the front news, it was him. There was nothing about Hillary. It was all Trump. And, saying bad hombres, we do have some bad hombres in this country. I think that most people would say, yeah, we do. Agree. But I guess a bad hombre can be a hairdo, too. So a bad hairdo. But it got people talking and people commenting on him. And that's publicity. And it's not all bad because nobody's talking about women. They're talking about that, he's not going to agree. And, us as, going back to day one,
Linda,
the thing is, you like the fact that he couldn't make it bend, and you like that he stood up and he said what was on his mind, and if he doesn't like and he thinks that people are doing wrong.
We got to go. Thank you, Linda. We'll be right back.
Attic Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In the third and final presidential debate, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump going head-to-head on issues like immigration and the economy, but the one drawing the most attention is Trump's refusal to say he'd concede if he loses. Clinton responding,
"That's horrifying. Every time Donald thinks things are not going in his direction, he claims whatever it is rigged against him." The FBI conducted a year-long investigation